On Hooligans, welcome. Fucking title show number 62 live. Now, before we get to it, I want you to, a little reminder. Patreon.com. $2 a month to get a specialized thank you video. $5 a month to get early access, exclusive content, all that good stuff. Patreon.com/Church of Juvie. Hit that up. Link is in the description. Also, tpublic.com/user/JuvyThaKid. Same names on here. You can go get all your merch. You know what I'm saying? All the designs you see, get on a notebook, whether it's the spiral ones, hardcover notebooks, pillows, wall art, hoodies, baseball tees, regular tees, onesies, everything, good folks. Phone cases for iPhone X and everything. tpublic.com/user/JuvyThaKid. Bam. Let's get this underway.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see the troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name.
What is going on, folks? Think about it, okay. If there is any theme song that exists that, describes the Hooligan Squad, it's Cheers. You want to go where everyone knows your name? They're always glad you came? Think about it. If anyone jumps in these, whether it's Hamilfett, Jacob Myers, Jenny Wren, Irish Fan, fucking Steph, Chels, you see these names pop up, and, you're like, oh, more hooligans are in here. Or in me, I love knowing which hooligans are tuned in and everything. You know what I mean? And it's just we all know each other's name, and it's we're basically Cheers, you know? Either way, welcome to fucking title show, good folks. Let's get the show notes. We're good. Hope everybody's been having a mucho bueno weekend out there. Last night, watched the UFC fights. And man, I don't know what is going on with the UFC, but it's the pay-per-views are kind of, they're hit and miss a lot lately. But then these smaller fight night cards that they were putting together, well, I shouldn't say smaller in terms of who's on the card. I just mean it's not like a pay-per-view. It doesn't have the bigger production kind of thing. Those fight cards are delivering, I don't know. It's interesting. But we're not going to get into all that right now. Although, I did remember that Cyborg is fighting again. You folks know I am a huge fan of Cyborg. I love watching her fights. I've been a fan of her for a long time. So, probably going to end up talking about that at some point during this week. But not today. Quick sip of the coffee. And then we'll get to these show notes, good folks. Okay. Real quick, I was asked, because I took Thursday and Friday off, I was asked, how come, there haven't been more breakdowns? And that, it just, I can't help but get a little frustrated when that happens, because, I mentioned it, I think, in a live stream and in a vlog. If you felt, I said to the hooligans, let me know, I'm going to do Mr. Crane, I'm going to do One Bad Day, and then let me know the next one that you folks want to see. And if nobody lets me know, then, I'm just going to kind of keep going along with the schedule, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's not the whole fact that I'm not doing breakdowns for, the stuff anymore. It's just I put it out there saying, let me know which one you want next. I haven't heard back. So we got to keep moving forward. That's it. If the hooligans, later on ask me hey, it'd be cool to see you do a breakdown for this one or whatever, then I'll do that. But other than that, we keep her moving. Also, yesterday dropped a new poetry piece, Trolls on the Bridge. A lot of work went into this. When I say literally 12 hours of editing, that's not an exaggeration at all. Between the green screen, the audio editing, the visual effects, everything. A lot of work went into that video. A lot of work went into that piece. So please go check that out if you haven't yet. And if you have, go give it another watch. Why not? Show somebody who hasn't seen it yet. Also, if you're into 360 content or whatever, there's a new one up, Escape the Living Dead. It's basically we're taking a trip through the eyes of somebody who's like been bitten by a zombie and is like starting to change. Excuse me. So yeah, go check out the poetry piece. Go check out the new 360 content. Give them a like, give them a share, all that good stuff. Hooligans, you know how this works now. Come on. Yeah. Oh, also, Black Panther. A lot of people have been asking if I'm going to do a review for it. Yes, I will do a review for Black Panther this week. I'm just, like, I don't know. Letting it calm down a little bit, and then we're going to get into it. But yeah, I don't know. I have some predictions. I think I already have an idea of, like, one thing that is kind of happening with it. But I'm going to wait until I actually, like, go see it, and then we'll do a review. Let's shoot for Black Panther review. Let's do Wednesday. Yeah. I'll get it watched by then. So bam, Black Panther, for the folks that have been asking, Black Panther review, we'll do it in Wednesday's vlog. That works? Bueno. I just want to... There we go. Okay. Mucho exciting tonight. Walking Dead returns. So, for the folks that have, you know, enjoyed those Monday Walking Dead, like, breakdowns, we're getting back to them. And I'm excited. I don't know. I like watching these episodes. I like diving into them, you know what I mean? Kind of going more into like just like the story, certain themes, whatever. If like a scene is a callback to a one from like previous seasons, I always love that stuff. Man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think Eugene may end up leaving the Saviors in the last half of season 8. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I can see it happening. Excuse me. I don't know. The thing is, like, it's hard to even make predictions with the Walking Dead show because it is, like, we can't even really go by the comics, you know what I mean? It's so far, like, removed from the comic universe that, like, really, like, Daryl was created from, like, certain parts of Dwight and everything, really. And then, you know, we encounter Dwight in the show, and it's almost like, really, at this point, either one of them could die. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you never know. I don't know. I do think we are, like I said, like in, I think Wednesday's vlog, I do think we are going to see the Saviors start, like, using the zombie or the walker guts, whatever, as, like, actual weapons, because it's one of those things, like, they have that idea where basically you put walker guts like on your knife or on Lucille, whatever, and even a scratch, like, you got that person infected. So I do think that's gonna happen. I don't know, we might see that in the first episode. Might see that tonight. We'll see. Either way, I'm excited. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things, like, with the show, I feel like all bets are off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because, I don't know, the way shows and, like, fucking comics, like, it's weird to, you know, it's weird to try and adapt things from, like, book series or graphic novels, whatever, into shows, because with the comics and whatever you want to say, like, books, fill in the blank, you can just kind of keep it going with the stories. You can keep going with certain characters. You know what I mean? With doing a show or whatever, you know, those people get older. Those actors want to do other jobs. They might still even like working on that project, but after working on it for like fucking 8 years or whatever have you, like, they just, you know, they don't feel the same about it. I don't know. It's more difficult in that aspect because, you know, like I said, like instead of dealing with just like purely fictional things where you can just kind of keep going with it, um, you know, you have like you're dealing with actual humans, and there's a lot of variables. Um, so I don't know. We'll see what happens because like fuck, it's one of those things where like one actress or what actor whatever, they could get like another like really big job, and then they have to kill their character off or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just yeah. Or shit just happens out of nowhere too, and characters die. So fuck, you never know. I don't know. Oh, I think I mentioned this before on the channel. Um, there's a show that came out. It's on Netflix now called Frankenstein Chronicles. Sean Bean, actually, Ned Stark from Game of Thrones and such. Excuse me. From what I gather, because I've only watched the trailer so far, he's a detective in like 1800s London and everything. And these like the bodies of like dead children are coming up, but like through autopsies or you know examining, they find out that these bodies are actually like stitched together from like many different people, much like Frankenstein, you know. And it kind of like he's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, while like you know dealing with like other like perhaps paranormal you know powers at hand. Either way, just check out the trailer because I'm definitely not doing it justice. It looks like a really really dope show on basically anything set in like 1800s. Like I fuck with. I don't know. I don't know. Something about that era. You know what I mean? Like fucking. I don't want to misspeak here. So let's see. But yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like 1800s. Oh, wow. Bam. Jack the Ripper. 1888. So, like, yeah. It's just, like, I don't know. That era of London and, like, everything is just with the top hats and, like, the horse carriages and just, I don't know. The dark, foggy streets and stuff. I don't know. I like it. It's even, like, with Peaky Blinders, you know. That was, I think, early 1900s. All that was happening, if I remember correctly. And, like, even, like, that was, like, just really cool to see. Because it's like, I don't know, it's like looking into a different world in a way. But yeah, either way, Frankenstein Chronicles, there's only 2 seasons like for the show. Both of them are on Netflix. So if you folks want to check that out, check it out. I'll definitely be checking it out, probably talking about it in the vlogs or whatever. So we'll see. You never know what could happen. You know? Whoops. But yeah. Other than that, I don't know. Today's been kind of a weird one. If I'm gonna be honest. Mentally, it's kind of a lot of that negative thinking has been trying to like seep its way in. You know what I mean? I've been like, I'm not gonna lie, a little shaky. You know what I mean? But I've been doing good. I don't know. I don't want to fucking. I hate dwelling in those thoughts. Chels, go away, negative thoughts. Yeah, hopefully. Shouldn't you be working right now? What is you doing? Make some latte art. You got to practice your leaves and such. You know what I'm saying? Either way, hope you're having a bueno day, Chels. On a smoke break. Oh, well, thanks for joining on the break. Yeah, either way, I don't know. It's just fucking, it's one of those days, you know what I mean? Some shit was bugging. But I also have to, like, it's one of those things, again, where, like, I have to hit that moment where I admit to myself, this is out of my control. You know what I mean? And I can't be upset about things that are, like, out of my control, in a way. Yeah, it's just, that's the shit that'll drive you nuts, because, like, well, I don't want to say for everyone, but like for a lot of people, when we feel like we don't have control over that situation, whether it's the events that happened or anything that follows, whatever, it just like, I don't know, it's frustrating because I feel like maybe sometimes we don't know how to deal with it because it is out of our control. So we're not really prepared to like deal with things like that. You know what I mean? Except for when we just admit like, all right, well, that's out of my control. There's nothing I can do. You know what I mean? It sucks that it happened, but like fuck, like I gotta keep going. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just think when like things are kind of like out of our control or out of our hands in a way, it what am I looking for here? It snowballs into something bigger because of the lack of control we have in that situation. We want to feel like at least the outcome, whether it is positive or negative, you know, at least that was our doing. You know, at least that was our actions or whatever. When it isn't like that, and we just have to take that step back and be like, well, fuck, all right, like nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. Let's just go for the ride, see how this turns out. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was just shit like that. You just gotta keep going. That's the thing, you know. Took this little break because I don't know, I had shit going. I had to finally take that, like, those moments to be like, okay, let's fucking take a look at this. You know what I mean? Obviously with certain other things, like things will come up like out of nowhere, like kind of like today. But other than that, it's like, it's one of these things where it's like, if I'm still doing like what I've always done in a way where it's just, you know what I'm like, I'm not doing like negative shit, whatever. Like I have to, I don't know, I have to learn to like not, I don't know, I don't even know what I'm looking for here. I don't know. I have to like, I don't know, I have to stop thinking that like things will turn back around to that. You know what I mean? I don't know, like back to like these like always negative thinking or whatever have you. Whether that's negative behavior, whatever, negative thinking, regardless. Maybe it's just always that weird thing where I'm like, I don't know if I'm waiting for like the other foot to drop where like things are going good and then I'm like, all right, well, what's going to go wrong? I don't know what it is. I can't really put my finger on it. But regardless, we get through it, folks. We have to take those moments to really, like, it's not selfish. Well, it is selfish, but that's okay. So like, it's okay to be selfish in those moments and take that time to yourself and be like, okay, what is going on with me? What is stressing me out? Is it even in my control? You know what I mean? Like, if it's not in my control, I have to fucking keep going. Like, I have to just leave that where it is. If it is in my control, what can I do to deal with this situation so I can keep moving forward? That's always the goal. Just keep moving forward. You know what I mean? And I mean, keep moving forward mentally. Keep progressing, like, as a person and everything. Learn from your mistakes. You know, make amends and apologize when it is needed. Make sure you fucking mean it, though, obviously. And they keep moving forward. You know what I mean? If we're like, me included, you know, if I fucking, you know, I'm bad for this sometimes too. Like, we get caught up in that negative thinking and we just like, we always expect like just that cycle is going to continue. But we have to have those moments of realization where we're like, listen, like, okay, I do this to myself every so often. I either let shit build up or shit starts getting to me. Let's change this. We got, like, whether it's even like taking a day or two, like here or there, whatever, to have that moment and be like, okay, let's deal with me. Let's not worry about other people's shit right now. I need to deal with me. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know. That was a really long way of just saying, like, I guess shit was building up. I had to take a couple days to deal with it, really. You know what I mean? Kind of like really analyze shit going on and analyze the way I was reacting to it. And yeah, through that, I also got to fucking get the Trolls on the Bridge video and all that done. So yeah, breaks are necessary. Taking time for yourself, you know, don't feel bad about being selfish in those moments. Take the time for yourself, you know, tell other people, like, listen, I would love to help you out. I would love to do something for you right now, but like, I need to take this time for me. You know what I mean? And if, I don't know, if they care about you and everything, they should understand, they'll appreciate. You know what I mean? Even if it's just telling them, listen, like, it's not that I don't want to talk to you or whatever. It's just I need to process this shit myself, and then let me figure out how to talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't know. But don't feel bad about taking those moments for yourself. You know, That's what I'm saying. And yeah, other than that, haven't done too much this weekend. Just been chilling. Yesterday, Friday. It was basically working on that video the whole time. Saturday night, basically got it all finally finished at like 12:30 at night or so. Yeah. So I don't know. Go check that video out if you haven't yet. A lot of work went into it. A lot of effort. It's also the same with like the VR stuff. You know what I mean? It's not just as easy as being like, okay, we remove this background, we place this here and there. I have to like make sure the green screen doesn't like. I have to make sure like there is no green that shows up. You know what I mean? The 360 content, it's definitely more difficult in a way because I have to make sure audio is synced up. I also have to make sure that the movement itself is synced up. It would look super weird if you folks see me like looking left and right, but then like in the background I'm just sitting still. You know what I mean? I always make sure like the movement in the background is exactly like how I was moving. Excuse me. So yeah. It's just, I don't know. A lot of effort goes into the videos. You know what I mean? I would appreciate you folks go check them out. Let me know what you think. Share them around. Shaboopy. I don't know. I think that's the podcast for now. Yeah. I don't have too much more to say, I think. Yeah, either way. Frankenstein Chronicles. Both seasons are on Netflix. Go check that out. For the folks that like Z Nation, season 4 is finally on Netflix if you haven't checked that on cable or online somehow. Black Panther review Wednesday. That'll be in the vlog. And yeah, I think that's about it, good folks. Here's the little recap there. Shaboopy. Okay. Remember, links in description if you want to support the channel. TeePublic Store, all types of merch that you can get the designs on, phone cases for all sorts of phones, notebooks, pillows, wall art, all types of shirts, everything. Just, yeah, go support the channel. And also, patreon.com/Church of Juvie. Another way you can support the channel. Bam. Let's do this.
Sometimes you wanna go where
Everybody knows your name.
and they're always glad you came.
We are. Always glad, folks.
Be where you can see
Love seeing you here.
all the same.
Appreciate it. Mucho love.
Everybody knows
Your name. Da, da. Ending the stream now.